Hello, good afternoon, sir. My name is Ankit Kumar Singh from One Commerce. My registration number is 252146005. Today I am going to explain about glossary of 20 legal terminologies from the Contract Act. The first one is offer, a proposal made by one party to another indicating a willingness to enter into a contract. For example, a seller offers to sell a car to a buyer for rupees 10,000. Acceptance, the act of agreeing to the terms of an offer, creating a binding contract. For example, the buyer accepts the seller offer to buy the car for rupees 10,000. The third one is consideration, something of value given or promised in exchange for a promise of performance. For example, the buyer promises to pay rupees 10,000 in exchange for the seller's promise to deliver the car. Void contract, a contract that is invalid or unenforceable due to lack of essential elements or illegality. For example, a contract to commit a crime to void and unenforceable. Number 5. Voidable contract, a contract that can be declared invalid by one party due to defects or flaws. For example, a contract entered into under duress or undue influence may be voidable. Number 6. Breach of contract, failure to perform or fulfill contractual obligations. For example, the seller fails to deliver the car despite the buyer payment. Number 7. Damages, monetary compensation awarded to a party for losses or harm caused by breach of contract. For example, the buyer seeks damages for the seller failure to deliver the car. Number 8. Specific performance, a court order requiring a party to perform their contractual obligations. For example, a court orders the seller to deliver the car to the buyer. Number 9. Privity of contract, the relationship between parties to a contract where only they can enforce its terms. For example, only the buyer and seller can enforce the contract terms. Number 10. Quantum merit, a doctrine allowing a party to recover the value of services provided even without a formal contract. For example, a party provides services to another expecting payment without even a written contract. Number 11. Novation, the substitution of a new contract or party for an existing one with the consent of all parties. For example, the buyer and seller agrees to substitute a new contract with different terms. Number 12. Rescission, the cancellation or termination of a contract restoring parties to their pre-contractual position. For example, a contract is due to mispresentation or fraud. Number 13. Mispresentation, a false statement made by one party to induce the other party to enter into a contract. For example, the seller mispresents the car's condition to the buyer. Number 14. Undue influence, a situation where one party takes advantage of their power or position to influence the other party decision. For example, a party takes advantage of their dominant position to coerce the other party into a contract. Number 15. Coercion, the use of force or threats to compel a party to enter into a contract. For example, a party is forced to sign a contract under duress. Number 16. Frustration, an unforeseen event that renders a contract impossible to perform. For example, a natural disaster destroys the car, making delivery impossible. Number 17. Assignment, the transfer of contractual rights or obligations to a third party. For example, the buyer assigns their rights under the contract to a third party. Number 18. Indemnity, a promise to compensate or protect the party against loss or damages. Example, the seller indemnifies the buyer against any losses arising the car's defects. Number 19. Guarantee, a promise to assume responsibility for another party debt or obligation. Uh, for example, uh, guarantor guarantees the buyer's payments obligation under the contract. Number 20. Liquidated damages, a predetermined amount of damages agreed upon by parties in the event of breach. For example, the contract specifies that the buyer will pay rupees 1,000 to liquidate damages if they fail to take delivery of the car. So with this, my presentation is completed. Thank you, sir.